Welcome to our new series, 3-Minute Halacha, in which Rabbi Matenki and I will alternate days sending out standalone topics, but all related to the general topics of Hilchos Pesach. The first question we will discuss is that of using a flashlight for Bedikat Chametz. The Mishnah on Daf Bezom and Aleph tells us, Or le'arboas arbot knes Chametz l'or haneh, that on the night of the 14th of Nisan, the night before Erev Pesach, we do the Bedikat Chametz. And we do it or haner using the light of a candle. The Gemara explains that this is based off of Psukim and Nach, specifically a pasuk in Tzefanu, which connects the idea of using a candle to doing a search. That we do have basis for therefore using a candle as a means of searching. The Gemara continues and says that even though in other times like Havdalah there's a preference to using a torch, multiple wicks, a larger flame, the opposite is true when it comes to Bedikas Chametz, that we do use a candle, but we do not use a torch. Why? Because if we use a torch, we're nervous that people will not check properly in the Chorinu stuck, and people will be concerned for safety. They won't get too close, and therefore they won't be able to check in all of the nooks and crannies appropriately. Therefore, only use one single candle, which is easier to control. There are three opinions, three ways of thinking in the modern poskim as it relates to using a flashlight. On the one hand, we have in the most extreme of Nissim Karelitz, who says that we should not replace the candle with a flashlight, that if we want to use a flashlight as a secondary light in addition to the candle, then no problem. However, to replace a candle would be inappropriate because that's the way it was originally instituted and that's the way it should remain. The middle approach is that of Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, who says that lichatchila one should continue to use a candle because that's the way it was instituted. But if one feels uncomfortable using a candle, then they are allowed to go ahead and use a flashlight. And the third opinion is that of Rav Yashav and Rav Moshe Feinstein, who say that lichatchila it's totally mutter to go ahead and use a flashlight. And Rav Mordechai Willig says that it's even much preferable to use a flashlight. Why? Because if we were concerned that with the torch people wouldn't do a proper Bedikat Chametz, that they would not go close enough to check the Chornu stuck in the nooks and crannies using a torch. So he says, so today we don't use fire as much. We don't have as much control. We're much more concerned with the safety. And therefore, we're going to be very cautious in our Bedikas Chametz if we're using even a one-wick candle. And therefore, he recommends, for purposes of safety and for purposes of being most comfortable to do a full-fledged Bedikas Chametz, it is preferable to actually use a flashlight. There is an approach that if we're going to use a flashlight, we should start with a candle. That's based off the fact that, the Gemara originally instituted in that manner based off of Psukim. Therefore, there is a benefit to starting with a candle. Some have such a minhag to do that and then switch over to flashlights, but many just use flashlights from the get-go. One should follow their minhag and their posek and do as they see fit. However, one should, no matter what they're doing, no matter how we are using what we are using for the Bedikas Chametz, to make sure we are checking the Chornu stocking, to make sure we are doing a full Bedikas Chametz, and also have in the forefront of our minds the issues of safety in our homes. Have a great day.